when you think about illegal immigration. Do you know how many kids are missing?
How many like missing and what? Like,
kids that came across the border that are unaccounted for.
I mean, there's a number on like 300,000 or something like that.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Let's say it's only 10% of that.
Sure.
That's still insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. There's thousands and tens of thousands of kids that have been trafficked potentially. I mean, when you know that like sex trafficking and child trafficking is a real thing in the world, it's real.
Yeah.
So if you know that, this whole thing is fucking disgusting and terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people are just turning a blind eye to it because their ideology, the left-wing ideology, supports this idea that immigration is overall good and that you have to be a compassionate person to let these people in, and that you're racist if you don't want 20,000 immigrants from a war-torn country being imported into a town of 30,000 people.
Exactly.
And completely changing the dynamic of and then...
But as long as they don't come to your town.
Exactly.
You know, like that's it. They can just basically send people, you know, when they sent like 20 or 30 people to Martha's Vineyard, people had a heart attack.
They kicked them out.
Yeah, they kicked them out.
Yeah, they kicked them out.
Exactly. So I'm like, yeah, sure. Anyone who wants to have vast numbers of illegals, they have to be prepared to have them in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
Or it's bullshit.
It's so crazy. And the thing about all of this is if you don't have people that are willing to stand up and talk about it, if you don't exist, if RFK doesn't exist, if Tulsi Gabbard doesn't exist, if Vivek and Trump don't exist, where the fuck are we? Like, where are we? Where are we and what gets done? Are we just like the UK where we have thousands of people getting arrested and jailed for social media posts? Like, where are we? We have complete silencing of any dissent, anything. You have to stick to the narrative or you'll lose your livelihood, you'll be outcast from the community, you'll lose your freedom. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, if the Kamala puppet regime wins, they're definitely going to want to cancel you. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's safe here. Yeah.
What about you? You got to come for you first.
I'm like, I think I'm probably number 2 on the list.
Yeah.
After Trump.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, that's the last thing they want is someone with unlimited resources and intelligence attacking it. So people go, wait a minute, that guy's saying that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, especially a guy like you who's always been on the left. It was like having a Tesla in Los Angeles when I got my first Tesla was like a signal to everybody else that you were on the right team.
Sure.
You're environmentally conscious. You believe in green energy. You believe. You believe in this amazing thing that has zero emissions and it's super fast and everybody was in. They were all in.
Well, it is a great car objectively. Like, yeah, you know, it's not buy it because it's electric. I mean, it's just a great car objectively, I think.
I'm on my third one.
Yeah.
My third one is being built right now by Unplugged Performance. They're doing a carbon fiber wide body kit on it. Dude, it's sick.
Great.
Changing the suspension, putting wide wheels and tires on it, custom interior. I'm fucking pumped.
That's great.
I'm pumped. I love those.
It's a super fun car.
Jamie has one too.
Yeah, great.
I love them. It makes other cars feel stupid. Like its ability and the fact that you can merge on the highway, you don't seem like a douchebag because it's totally silent.
Yeah.
It's not like when you merge on the highway, it's just all of a sudden you're going 100 miles. What?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's different than any other vehicle, and because of your company, now you see electric cars throughout the whole range of American cars.
Yeah.
The only person who's resisted, the only company is Toyota. They've stayed essentially mostly hybrid.
Imagine if you had a gasoline-powered cell phone.
Go to the gas station. Charge up your cell phone. That's a great. Speaking of cell phones,
gas stations are awful. Like, who wants to go to the gas station?
How much thought have you? Because there's always these rumors that I've contacted about this before, but there's always these fucking YouTube videos where they're talking about a Tesla phone.
I got supplies.
Releasing Tesla.
No, we're not.
Have you ever thought about it?
I mean, we could do a phone. Like the operating system of Tesla, it's Linux based, but we've written a massive amount of software on top of that. So, like, probably Tesla's in a better position to create a new phone that's not Android or iPhone, maybe any company in the world. But it's not something we want to do. unless we have to. Or something.
What would be the situation where you would have to?
Well, I think if Apple and Google / Android, started doing really bad things like, I don't know, like censorship of apps, or I don't know, just treating people like just being like gatekeepers, that in a really bad way, then I guess would make a phone.
I've tried so many times to break system. I got an Android phone this summer. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna get, because I love the Samsung phones.
Yeah.
The Galaxy phone.
Hardware
they're incredible.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff to it. But it's so hard to get off of the iMessage. And the big one for me was FaceTime. Because supposedly, the thing was, you could have an Apple phone and send a link to FaceTime to an Android phone, and then you would click on that link, and you would just go to a web page, and you'd be able to use the FaceTime.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
I tried to do it to myself. So I had an iPhone in one hand, an Android phone, and the calls outside of it. But it's inconvenient. Like, with an iPhone, it's so simple. So many different things where that walled garden that Apple's created is perfect. They've done a fantastic job of making it really convenient for you to stay with Apple.
Yeah.
Tried. I gave it a go for a couple of months. I'm like, I'm just gonna go straight Android. I'm gonna use Signal for my messages. And then I hear that Signals might be compromised. Like, I've talked to people that the government can read Signal messages. Like, oh.
The government, if it tries hard enough, can read Signal.
All they need to do is have your phone number. Yeah, the illusion of privacy is essentially out the window. And that should scare people more than it does. It really should. Because it's like, who are these people that have access to all this stuff? And are they beyond reproach? Are these the most wonderful people, the most ethical, moral, and principled people that have ever existed, and they've been chosen to have access? No, it's fucking regular people.
Yeah. Regular
people who happen to work for the government that make a decision. Like Elon Musk. Let's see what the fuck that guy's texting his friends. Let's check it out.
Pretty much.
Bizarre. It's so bizarre. And the alternatives are you can get some wacky phone, some de-Googled phone that fucking none of the apps work. It's real sketchy. Your GPS is fucked.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think making a phone would be a huge pain in the ass. So it can be done, but
how much talk have you guys had internally about doing it? Has it ever been discussed? No.
No. I mean, we're still. Right now, focus is making great electric cars, solving autonomous and fast to drive themselves, building humanoid robots. We've got large battery packs, like utility scale battery packs with the Mega Pack, home battery packs with Powerwall. We've got solar. It's like we're basically trying to solve sustainable energy and autonomy.
So
autonomy and robotics.
Well, I think that's enough.
Yeah, exactly. So the plate's full.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always fascinating to me how one company can dominate a market. Like Apple's dominated the cell phone market largely by making the best product.
Yeah.
But also YouTube has dominated the video market. That one's the most bizarre to me because it seems like, boy, shouldn't there be a ton of options? It seems like it's not that difficult to pull off.
I got the triple elimination
medal. Other than X.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big changes was when Tucker Carlson decided to do his show from X, straight out of Fox. And then people realized, you can watch full videos on X the same exact way you could watch them on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's not as simple in terms of you have the suggestions and the algorithm.
Yeah, it'll get better, and there is now, it is now possible to watch on your.
Do you do it? How do you do it?
You can actually just download the app on your TV. And watch it on your TV.
Can you do it on the Apple TV? If you have an Apple TV, you can get the X app and you can just watch it. Oh, okay.
So we'll make it so that you can watch X videos on big TV. It doesn't have to be on your phone or your iPad or something like that.
So what are you doing in terms of integrating Grok and X and what are your plans for artificial intelligence when you're doing that?
So Grok is available on X. You can just look at the little box with the slash icon and the sort of icon in the middle at the bottom of your sort of phone app. You can just tap on that and ask Grok anything, and you can type it or you can ask it verbally. Yeah, you can also. It's pretty funny. Like we actually allow humor, which is I think pretty cool. So you could sort of I don't know, do like Tesla right now. See where it's going. Like what should we do? Like rock roast, like roast.
What do you want it to, like, how, first of all, like, what is it based on? It's a large language model, so, like,